Hello and welcome into another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hickson. I am your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils on SI and your host of this daily Sun Devils Insider Podcast. And I am joining you on this beautiful Monday afternoon at this point. We have an eventful eventful week ahead for the Arizona State athletics apparatus. Let's start off today's episode by briefly talking about the baseball team. They are set to host the number 17 West Virginia Mountaineers this weekend at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. The only two teams ranked in the Big 12 right now, and Arizona State's sitting pretty at 17 and 6 and ranked number 22 in the country, I believe. It'll be a big weekend for the Willie Bloomquist and the Sun Devils. As for the men's basketball program, it appears as if the program, is uh, finally reaching a conclusion of the coaching search that has lasted nearly 2 weeks. Has included candidates such as Josh Schertz, who opted to stay at St. Louis, Jared Calhoun, who looks destined to take the Cincinnati head coaching position, among several others. But I believe that Randy Bennett will be the hire, and I think it will become official in the next couple of days, if not even before this episode releasing. Um, Obviously, I will keep you posted with the latest updates regarding the search and if anything changes based off of my knowledge or putting the pieces together. Um, that leads me into the main point of today's episode. It might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I'm going to talk about the four different dates that Arizona State football has scheduled this week regarding spring practice as well as pro day. So, Arizona State's pro day is set to take place on Friday. Obviously, you have to do weight training and all of that. So, the first part will take place in the weight room, I believe. Second part will take place inside the Verde Dickey Dome. Athletes such as Justin Watley, uh, Xavier Alford, Shimon Mateer, Jesus Gomez. There are several former Sun Devils that are assumed to be taking part in activities. I believe that Jordan Tyson and Keith Abney will be there, but I don't think Tyson will participate in any on-field work, and Abney may or may not. We'll see. I don't think he needs to. Um, that will be a fun day to actually take part in because it really might be the last time that we get to have discussions with former Sun Devils that are going off to the NFL unless they make a trip back to Tempe. Um, it's great to see these guys really live out their dreams. Last season was a true joy to cover, and I really enjoy the time that I had talking to these wonderful personalities, these wonderful people, these wonderful players. Best of luck to them moving into the future. As for the spring practices that are set to rage on in the weeks ahead, there are three scheduled practices at this moment. I believe it will be Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, and Saturday morning. So 4 days in Tempe this week. Will be a busy week. Um, and a lot of the things that I really have been making a point of being a focus will continue to be a focus in week two of spring, such as the quarterback battle being the front and center of every other battle that's taking shape, including the running back jockeying for depth chart position at running back, the wide receiver competition, which is headlined by two elite transfers and other very talented players that are working their way into the fold. The tight end group working to replace the production that Shimon Mateer and Cameron Harpole left behind. The offensive line the edge rushers, the secondary as a whole. There are so many things that have yet to be figured out, and a lot of players are missing time in spring. CJ Fight, Derek Eusebio, Ramar Williams. There's a lot of people that are missing time. Um, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this next week plays out. I think that I'm going to continue stressing that seeing how Arizona State's roster responds to the change in philosophy for practices, the pacing and condensing periods and stuff, that's going to be a change, but there's so many new players on the roster that I don't really know how much of an adjustment period it's going to be for a large majority of the roster. Um, the Sun Devils obviously are turning the corner on an era that was one of the most successful in recent memory. And several players do return from those years. Players like Kyson Brown and Martell Hughes were not big contributors on the 2024 team. And most of those players are already moving on or have moved on by this point. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this team continues to gel together, see how leaders like CJ Fight continue to evolve, see which leaders come into light in the months ahead. I see Jalen Thompson, Lyric Rawls, uh, Kyson, probably Marion Miller and Cutter Boley as guys that really could take the mantle of being on the Pat Tillman Leadership Council, and that will continue to be a headline in week two, seeing who really steps up as leaders and becomes more comfortable in practices. I'm really looking forward to talking to Coach Dillingham once again, seeing his assessment of how the spring is going, seeing how pleased he is with the blending together of being the his self-described most athletic team that has taken the field in Tempe since he's been head coach, seeing what he thinks about the quarterback battle. There's a lot of things that are going to be very intriguing and right now and in the future. That's for now, there's about 3 weeks left in spring, 3 to 4 weeks, until once spring wraps up, like mid to late April, there will be about a 3 month period of nothing football related. Maybe get to talk to coach a time or two in between, but it's going to be pretty sparse. And then practices will open up once again to media in late July in anticipation for the September 5th opener against Morgan State. Until then, continue to try to value the time that we have right now with the team before the spring officially concludes. And I will be there pretty much every day that we are allowed to go to cover the football team for you. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. Once again, my name is Kevin Hickson. I'm your lead beat writer. Check out the Sun Devils Insider Podcast on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts for audio versions, and uh, si.com/backslash Arizona State for your best Arizona State coverage on the marketplace. Once again, thank you so much, and I will see you again tomorrow.